On September 1st, 1939, Germany blitzed into Poland. The Nazi bid to enslave the world was on. Britain, France, and the entire Commonwealth mustered every available soldier in an attempt to stop them.
We were a lot younger in 1939. We never wanted to go to war. It was our duty.
The clowns were drafted quite by accident. British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain, sensing the German threat, wrote a letter to Canada asking Prime Minister Mackenzie King to send Crown forces. Unfortunately, Chamberlain's penmanship was horrible. Although the error was eventually corrected, in the meantime the clowns were stuck in Europe, unable to really fit in with the other soldiers. In fact, they were completely ill-equipped for war.
We needed smaller shoes.
Although Allied command was at first disappointed by the new recruits, they were eventually impressed by the clowns' ability to be blown up several times without dying.
Clowns are brave. Not smart, but brave.
With their numbers dwindling, the clowns were in desperate need of reinforcement.
The war had been going on for 2 years.
And then the Americans joined.
The hand that held the dagger has struck it into the back of its neighbor.
Backed by the incredible military might of the United States, the clowns started to make a dent in the Nazi war machine. And for the first time, even Hitler noticed the threat. The clowns had put their disastrous combat debut behind them, and they began to adapt their circus-home talents to succeed in the theater of battle. Their efficient use of military transportation continued to astonish the Nazis. The clowns had been so successful that they were loaned to special forces where they were sent on a very important mission. They landed at Rougenay, a few miles from Calais, and slowly worked their way west through occupied France. The clowns met up with their counterparts in the French resistance to prepare for D-Day. It was even harder than it looks.
We didn't even speak French.
Upon completion, the clowns radioed Allied command to give the go-ahead for the invasion. The Nazis intercepted their transmission, but to no avail.
The Germans never broke our code.
Hitler was furious. He ordered his generals to find an answer to the Allied clowns. The Nazis, being notoriously unfunny, approached the task with typical German efficiency.
Well, there were rumors that the Germans were trying to build a master race of clowns.
Soon, they equipped their troops with the new tools of war, although historically the Nazis had never had much luck with balloons. Try as they might, the Nazis just couldn't get an honest laugh.
Eventually they gave up and had to make chemical weapons instead.
Throughout the war, the clowns had been a constant thorn in Hitler's side, and although they were recognized for their efforts, the general public remains largely unaware of their contribution. But even though they never made it into the history books, if you look closely enough at any conflict, you'll always find a few clowns willing to start a war.